Good morning. Thank you for being here. My name is Reverend Jim Ernston, and this is our special service for leading up to Christmas. And I welcome you all here. I welcome you if you're here in the chapel, if you're at home watching this on our channel. We've got a few people. That's great, and we know we'll have more. Or if you're watching this service on YouTube later on, we welcome you as well. That may be any time that you're ready for that. So, if you are here for the first time, we want to give you a special welcome. Just gently raise your hand if you're here for the first time, and we will simply, there you go. Welcome. Know that we have a visitor packet, so if you would like more information about Unity of Charlotte, we have that information for you. That includes information about us specifically and about the general unity movement itself as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. This Sunday we will be changing the order of our service just a little bit. This is our Christmas Eve celebration. You didn't know that it snuck up on us that quickly, but there we are. We will be conducting a 12 hours candle lighting ceremony. So you should have received a candle on the way in. Does everyone have a candle? Does anyone not have a candle? Let me put it that way. Anyone not have a... Yes, you have a candle. I can see that. Anyone not have a candle? Fantastic. You're all set. Take a breath and move within. Gently close your eyes if that feels right. As we take this moment and just move, shifting our attention from the thinking in our brain to the feeling in that heart center, that knowing. We notice in our heart space, we allow it to expand in this moment of deep awareness. We open ourselves up to this season, this Christmas season, and this Advent day of joy. As we move beyond our humanity and into that place where we recognize that we are divine, where we can tell ourselves, I am divine. I rise into that realization that every aspect of my being, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, is just that, part of divinity. We acknowledge this Advent season and our place as in that oneness of the universe as we come together in this beautiful season. And together we simply say, it is so. Amen. We also have the opportunity to speak a name or a situation gently out loud so that we can together hold those in prayer. So please say those names out loud now. Hannah. Kurt. We see these, we hold these people in our hearts, and we see a resolution to all the need that's being presented. Amen. Please join me in our unity prayer of oneness out loud. There is one presence and one power in my life and universe, God the good, omnipotence. And at this time, I'd like to invite up Paulette, who will be doing our daily word for today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today's daily word is joy. Joy uplifts me as divine light shines from within me. As Advent seasons draw to a close, I celebrate the light that glows from within me, the light of the Christ within. Just as the 3 wise men journeyed to Bethlehem to see the newborn child, my journey through Advent has led me to discover the faith, peace, and love that are always mine. There are the true gifts of Christmas: ones I carry with me all year long, no matter the challenges and obstacles I may be called to face. I will draw from my infinite storehouse of joy to remain optimistic and centered. Joy is mine today. It is the fulfillment of my Advent journey, my divine inheritance. It is in the fullness of my heart, the contentment of my mind, and the deep feeling of wellness in my soul. I am joyous. When they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. Matthew 2, verse 10. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to take this time again to say hello to those folks at home. Alan, how many folks do we have online at this moment? 8. We have 8 folks. Welcome to, I just want to wave to you and welcome you to our candlelight service, and so glad that you're here as well. And I am loving your necklace that lights up. I just can't take my eyes off of it for whatever reason. So, like I said, our service is a little different, a little out of order, but now we get to experience the incredible power of giving and receiving. It is your presence and generous gifts that you offer that feed the vitality of this community and allow us to continue to love, grow, and serve each other and the world itself. At this time, I'd like to invite up Kathy, who is on our board of trustees, and she has a few words to say about our holiday fundraiser.
Good morning. I'm Kathy. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees, and we've been rotating, soliciting your interest in continuous giving of our church. We have many ways of donating, but the one that appeals to me, that I practice, is I make a lump sum donation at the end of every month for many years now. In 2017, I took a prosperity class at my Unity Church in Florida, and I was inspired to try it out. You know, it was kind of scary to me to commit to a certain amount of money. But when I learned what, when I learned what Charles Fillmore said about tithing. Tithing is giving 1/10 of one's supply to God and His work. Tithing is a tacit agreement that man is in partnership with God in the conduct of his finances. This leads to confidence and assurance that whatever is done will bring increase of some kind. Give, and it shall be given to you. Tithing, which is based on a law that cannot fail, establishes method in giving. It brings into the consciousness a sense of divine order that is manifested in one's outer life and affairs as increased efficiency and greater prosperity. It is the surest way ever found to demonstrate plenty, for it is God's own law and way of giving. Freely ye received, freely give. And then he talked about giving in the right mental attitude creates prosperity. Giving with fear of lack leads to poverty. Giving with the thought of a large resource opens the way for a large income. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. And I have had an experience within the past couple of weeks where I was the victim of a scam. I took a significant financial hit, but it could have been so much worse. The The scammers were very, very persuasive. And what I remembered after the fact was the week before, I was paying credit card bills. And inadvertently, I double paid my city card. And I recognized that later and said, well, I'll just leave the money there rather. I'm going to spend it anyway. It's Christmas time. So I did. When the scammers had me go to the bank and take out lots and lots of $100 bills, I went, and when I got the money, I counted it. The amount was correct that the teller gave me. But when I got home, I started counting it again. And now I was $1,000 short. And I told the scammer, I don't know what happened. This teller must have made a mistake. I thought I had counted it. But no. Hours later, when I was recounting the money at my table, under a piece of paper, I found that extra $1,000. That wasn't me, that was God. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So I encourage you, every one of you, to open yourself to the blessing of giving and receiving, because that's what has happened to me. I've done it for years, and it's been verified. It's the way to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. I'll take that. Yeah, thank you. There's different ways for us to give to our holiday fundraiser. You can go online at any point, 24 hours a day, and give. There's a little drop down that says holiday fundraiser, so make sure you do that. You can do it in person here today. There are envelopes in the plate that comes around. You can fill that up, put your name on it as well. And there you can mail in a check, and in the little note section you can say holiday fundraiser, so that we keep track of where that is and where that's coming in. So that is our holiday fundraiser, and we will be doing this through next week as well. So at this point, I'd like to invite you to take into your hand your gift that you will be giving today, as we get ready to bless that, or the image of the gift that you will be giving or have given in the recent past. We hold that gift, and please join me in this blessing as we say out loud, joyously I give this gift, knowing the divine presence blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Let's take a deep breath in and welcome in the consciousness of the Advent season. Breathing in, out on a sigh. We've been taking, Advent is this inner journey to Bethlehem that we each take to that quiet place, that unassuming stable within, where we meet the Christ within and give that birth into our awareness. We rejoice in that one more time. And that's what the fourth Sunday of Advent is, joy. So we're going to go through and light each one of our candles before we get into the 12 Powers ceremony. So I'm going to invite Reverend Jim to come forward and light each candle as I speak to it. So our first candle represented hope and faith. Hope and faith. This is the first initial spark of light. It's the anticipation of something great and wondrous that's coming, that's about to be birthed. And this is what happens in our world, but also in our very soul. So as this candle was lit, let us invite in hope that blossoms into the power of faith that this Christ light is alive and present within our hearts. Candle 2 is peace. Each step of the journey brings us closer to a true and lasting peace. The journey to Bethlehem, to the stables where Mary and Joseph came together. Mary and Joseph came together to bring in and give birth to a new sense of peace in the world. And today we celebrate the birth of that peace within us. As we light the second candle, we are welcoming the peace of Christ into our hearts. Our third candle represents love. Love is God expressing in us, as us, and through us. We see the light grow brighter and brighter with each candle that is lit. Love filled the hearts of the simple shepherds and the royal magi alike as they came to realize and welcome this birth of light into consciousness. So today we welcome the divine quality of love in our hearts as we light the third candle. Finally, we come to the fourth week of Advent. Today, Sunday, it is joy. The angels, metaphysically, are spiritual ideas, understandings that are bringing a revelation to our consciousness. They're the messengers of truth and of great joy. And joy is more than just being happy. It's more than a feeling of happiness. Joy is a state of mind and an orientation of heart. Think about that. Joy as an orientation of heart. How do we orient our heart? And what greater joy can there be to realize that this Christ light lives within us, that this Christ light is our guiding light, our wisdom, our strength. This is God within. So we welcome the divine quality of joy into our lives as we light the fourth candle.
Hold your breath.
We're going to give that one a minute. There we go. So let's talk about this. Christmas is a time for recognizing and celebrating the light in each of us. The birth of Jesus so many years ago is now a powerful symbol for us to call forth the same Christ consciousness which he so beautifully modeled over 2,000 years ago. So in this ceremony, we'll be lighting individual candles, symbolizing the rebirth of our awareness, of our inner light, of life, our light of perfect love, our light which is the source and resource within us, that light which we call God within. We're going to be looking at the 12 powers. Let me tell you a little bit about those if you're not familiar. Within Unity, Charles Fillmore, who is the co-founder of Unity, created the concept of these 12 powers as the attributes of our Christ nature. So the Christ light within is actually our divine nature. It is our endowment of our God-given attributes. And these 12 powers are attributes that we awaken and bring into harmony as we express the Christ in our world, as ourselves in whatever we do. We're going to talk about what each one of these powers are, and then give you an opportunity to come up and light your candle from one of those powers that really calls to you, that resonates for you. When we activate all these attributes working in harmony together, that's when we're able to express our truest, most authentic self. We call that the Christ, but you can call that your own divine nature, your soul. That is the eternal part of ourselves that is here to express love in whatever form it can take. The 12 powers are a way of us connecting to that part of ourselves that is eternal and bringing it forth fully in expression in the world. What we're going to do is, in a little bit, I'm going to have Reverend Jim come up and I'm going to read each one of the powers, or actually we're going to take turns, and we'll light that candle. And during that time, we'll have you in meditation listening to these powers, taking this to heart, and see what resonates for you, what one of these powers calls to you. We also have bookmarks for each one of the powers that you're welcome to pick up and take home with you. If you feel called to more than one power, that's okay. I would say limit it to one or two because you really want to focus on what's calling you to you the strongest, but you're welcome to take one or two of these. If after the service you're interested in getting more of these, come and see me and we'll get them for you. These were created by an artist named Jack Stone at Unity of Greensboro, and I love them so much they have now become part of our traditional candle lighting service. Let's do some candle instructions. How many have done the candle lighting service here? A good deal of you. Good, very good. You can help teach us then. If you are on Zoom, you are invited to join us. I invite you, if you have a candle, have it ready. If you don't have one, go get it. You'll have a minute or two to find one and something to light it with. And use the power of your imagination as we go through this meditation. When you feel called, you imagine that as you light that candle, that's the power that you're lighting. Silent night. And don't blow your candle out afterwards because we will do that together ritually. Continue to hold it up straight because there's still some wax that might be dripping. And when the service is done, we'll collect them back in the baskets that you got them from. Any questions before we get started? You got it. Good. All right. Then what I'd like to do is invite you to go in with me. Just sit back for a moment with that candle in hand. Gently close your eyes. Take a moment to focus on your breath. Just notice the air moving in and the air moving out. Air moves in and out. Breath is the very action of life flowing through this physical form, but it also represents the inflow and outflow of the light of spirit. Let the power of that presence come into your heart and mind as you slowly breathe in and out. This is a sacred time, a holy ceremony where we each individually get to open our hearts and listen for what divine attribute within us is being called forth in this coming year. Being called forth to express, to balance, to harmonize, or to deepen. As we go through each of the candles and Jim lights them, let that word wash over you. And when one really resonates for you, hold that in your heart. You don't have to figure anything out about it. Just be in a receptive mode to hear, to take it in, and to hold it in this sacred space. We are spiritual beings endowed with divine attributes that allow us to create, inspire, and manifest the goodness, the love, and the light of God in our lives and in our world. Right now, we soften our hearts, quiet our minds, and prepare to listen. What power is being called forth in my life to be nurtured, balanced, or expressed more meaningfully. Stay open and focused as we move into the 12 powers. You may want to keep your eyes closed, or you may want to gently watch as each candle gets lit.
The disciple that represents faith is Peter, and the color is dark blue. Faith is that quality in us that enables us to look past appearances of lack, limitation, or difficulty. It allows us to take hold of the divine idea and believe in it, even though we do not see any evidence of it except in our minds. Faith is more than mere belief. It is the very substance of what and which is believed. Faith working in spiritual substance accomplishes all things. This is the faith that cooperates with creative spiritual law, and it brings results that are seemingly miraculous. The power of strength. The disciple that represents strength is Andrew, and the color is light green. This is not physical strength alone, but mental and spiritual strength. All strength originates in spirit. The power of strength is not force, manipulation, or defensiveness. It is spiritual courage and confidence. Non-resistance is the highest expression of strength. It does not mean non-action, but it is an effective, calm, single-minded, divine mind-centered attitude of mind from which all action expresses God. The power of wisdom, also known as discernment or judgment. The disciple is James, son of Alphaeus. The color is yellow. Wisdom is spiritual discernment, the inner voice through whose expression we come into larger realization of ourselves. It is the faculty by which we appraise, evaluate, and discern in order to make the best decisions. Judgment, discernment, and wisdom are our ability to maintain enlightened objectivity about our life and our world. This faculty of mind can be exercised in two ways: from sense perception or spiritual understanding. If its action is based on sense perception, its conclusions are fallible and often I can't say that word. It is if based on spiritual understanding, they bring peace, harmony, and connection. Power of love. The disciple is John. The color is pink. Love is the power that joins and binds together the universe and everything in it. Love is a harmonizing, constructive power. When it is made active in consciousness, it restores in our awareness the connection that it presents among all living beings. Spiritual love is the total, unconditional acceptance of everyone and everything. It is impersonal. It loves for the sake of loving. It is not concerned with what or who it loves, nor with a return of love. Like the sun, its joy is in shining forth of its nature. Love is patient, kind, humble, courteous, unselfish, good-tempered, guileless, and sincere. Love is the great harmonizer and healer. The power of power. The disciple is Philip, and the color is purple. The purpose of this power is not meant to be one of controlling others, but for the purpose of taking dominion over our own thoughts and feelings in order to come into a greater awareness of God. It is not to be used for selfish gain or satisfaction of the personal ego, but for the forward spiritual movement of the whole. Through right alignment with spiritual law, power moves vibration into substance and enables us to manifest our highest good in our lives. The power of imagination. The disciple is Bartholomew. The color is light blue. Imagination is our ability to conceive, to picture, and to conceptualize. It is the formative power of mind that shapes thoughts into mental images, which have color, variety, and dimension. Imagination gives form to the formless. The highest use of imagination is to shape thoughts into images that most fully reflect the nature of the original divine idea. Charles Fillmore wrote, "Let the God within you express itself through you into the world without."
The next power is understanding. The disciple is Thomas and the color is gold. Understanding is the ability to know, to perceive, or to comprehend. Spiritual discernment tells us that knowledge and intelligence are auxiliary to understanding. Spiritual understanding is the ability of the mind to apprehend and realize the spiritual laws of thought and the relationship of ideas to one another. There are two ways of getting understanding. One may be by following the guidance of spirit that dwells within. The other is to go blindly ahead and learn by heart experience. By connecting to understanding, we are connecting also to our wisdom. Understanding. Will is the next power. The disciple is Matthew, the color is silver. Will is the executive faculty of the mind. It moves to action all the other faculties of the mind, or the powers, the 12 powers. Harmony and right action are produced when the will is rounded out and joined to the power of understanding. Together with understanding, will is instructed how to act for the best. By understanding, through the power of understanding, aligning with will, we use our wisdom to put action to the guidance we receive. Understanding will be quickened and will strengthened by the confidence that comes as the result of wisdom. Will. Order is the next power. It is the disciple is James, the color is dark green. Order is the faculty by which we establish harmony, balance, right adjustment, and right sequence in our lives. Order in the mind of God is an idea of harmonious progress, evolution. Order in humankind is the ability to perceive and cooperate with the law of growth, to cooperate with spiritual law. We call this divine order. It is a universal law, and each one of us is always using it to manifest everything. Each person determines how it will be used. When used in accordance with spiritual principle, the results will be life-affirming. When used out of alignment with spiritual principle, we miss the mark, and strife is the result. Order is the power. Zeal is the next power. The disciple is Simon. The color is orange. Zeal is the great universal force that impels humankind to spring forward in a field of endeavor and accomplish the seemingly miraculous. To be without zeal is to be without the zest of living. It's the faculty of enthusiasm, intensity, and exuberance. It provides us our inner urge to progress, our motivation to achieve. The highest expression of zeal is an unflagging, fervent interest in knowing, speaking, and doing good. Understanding and wisdom help to temper zeal so that its enthusiasm and intensity are directed to growing spiritually and expressing the Christ nature in all things. Zeal. The next power is elimination, also known as renunciation. The disciple is Thaddeus and the color is russet. Elimination or renunciation is letting go. It is letting go of old beliefs or thought patterns so that new thoughts may be found in consciousness. At Unity, we believe thoughts are things. They occupy space in the mental field. A healthy state of mind is attained and continued when we willingly let go of the old and open to the new. It's like weeding a garden. This power allows us to release false beliefs and accomplish a mental cleansing. Elimination enables us to surrender to our inner spirit any thought that is not for our highest good, so that transformation and purification of consciousness can take place. Elimination. Our final power is life. The disciple is Judas and the color is red. Life is the energy that propels all form to action. It is the faculty of movement, vitality, wholeness, and creativity. Life is eternal, ever expansive, ever renewing. It is our evolutionary force, our motive and our impulse to grow. The force of life is indiscriminate and requires direction. When it is directed from the sense consciousness, it will tend to seek to satisfy the senses only. But when the faculties of wisdom and understanding direct it, it greatly enhances one's spiritual life and growth. We wield the power of life through the intelligence of our consciousness. It is up to us to understand and align with the power of life, to think, speak, and rejoice in life, to bring forth life-affirming experiences, not only in our lives, but in our world. We're going to light one more candle. It's the Christ candle. It's the candle in the center of our Advent candles. Charles Fillmore wrote, "Christmas is about the birth of the Christ consciousness at the center of the human soul, which is the holy place within and a very high attainment." The bringing forth of the Christ child is not a work that is finished in Bethlehem. It is taking place in our midst every day, and it is this we celebrate. So we light the Christ candle, which is the unification and oneness of each of these 12 powers in expression. You want to light the Christ candle? So let's take just a moment of silence as you let the idea of these 12 powers in. Opening to that one which is calling you forth. I now invite the back row to please stand and come up the center to light your candle. If you're online, I hope that you have lit your candle and you are holding it now as you share this next song with us. I invite you to hold your candle steady as we sing together, Silent Night.
Bright, round yon bird.
we take one more moment to just let these words, these powers, these attributes sink a little deeper into our hearts and our minds. As we get ready to blow the candles out, I invite you to say, as I gently extinguish this flame, I feel the power of and my heart and soul. With your hand behind your candle, gently blow. Thank you. Lights, thank you, Yvonne. All right, you may have a seat as we say our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. We are light, love, power, and presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.